Yeah, Baba. Yeah, Baba. It's neat.
Hello, tenye yote. Mi yake. Ncho dromo na mo fe mo yo jugba o play jane. Ekwe mo fe mo no. Ni mo fe mo yo jugba. Ekomekwe ngbeji ni tete obobi ashon. Ni mi habo wa 2 kemba ni tete TV. O iradon akeshi o kwemi. O fine keji o subscribe kwe. Bo modin koni onye subscribe button e no ya mi ko onye no mwe. O fine bo modin no nyangmele no bona fe ni ke in release video kono oni ne ahye no. O fine o bo modin link e nwe no o share ke onya anyome koni o invite onya anyome ke ba join ni wo platform ne koni wo platform e abomodin e fe mi ni eda nye radon nye meni nye subscribe mwe nye radon nye bo amode nye share link nye invite ame na me ba fita awoyi kuni woni fe mo ne eya no ni efe mu we radon ekon ake obo mitwe ole mene it's just going to be one story, the same thing. This is going to be part 3 from what we started 2 days ago, like 2 videos ni what released still on the issues surrounding Gamanye Eyalafemo. There has been a latest development from Noni were discussing here. Kenya ba aka ye nye video ni wo fe wo yu ake ni agbeyala na no letter je the Gan traditional council from the current king of Gan, His Royal Majesty King ni teko chulo ni ji enyo ke ha ni ko te Gan ni ji jaseche Josi jaseche ni ko te Gan leji moni enye Kenya ba aka ye le nye manye ewe kuma here ni amete court na make injunction ya me eno na ba ka ni ma fe video enye ni yue nke wo bia ni letter page no ni foundation wo le no ni amba yue ye jeme ngmene amapu ye Gan traditional council tumo beni letter farm ya ke sha me ba ni no ni te no jeme ke wo joba manually amonto ne any tree twa ke ya I think age wo fin wo ba ni di solemo no tumo beni nyeli ebele wo ma mi ani soli ha wo ike ba sumo ni gbekene ese soli ha we ko ni ani wo bo ai solemo tue ke wo gbe na wo ba cha no.
Our Father, you are to hear me. Hello, Binade. That he don't come. That hope be done. I see to heaven. Give us
our daily bread.
Give us say our daily bread. Forgive the eyes and my words. Our Father, you are to hear me. Hello, Binade. That he don't come. Thy will be done ahead. ICC heaven. Give us this day I daily bulb. And therefore in the glory of it all. I forgive our hearts. And live in the government solve. Father, you are to heaven. Hello, Binade. That he don't come.
Thy will be done ahead.
That way be done ahead.
As in heaven.
In heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
These thou blood our daily bless.
And forgive us our trespasses.
Give yours our trespasses. I can let you.
To forgive those who trespass against us.
Hello. Ngon na ke still oya bielo wako se woba solemo le solemo eyan wo ma mi ele bene solio le eyan wa distress omo no mi yake ani ogmofio but back to business. Kenya ba kai nye e kane letter koni woni ne share no from the Gan traditional council ni ame summon ni kote Gan ni ji jaseche ye joshi in leji Naa Dedei Omaedru ni ji ete ni ji womanye ni egbo ne leji jaseche ye ke onupa ni nye le ewe kuma here kete court ye ni fe mo na mi fe ife mageleji onupa ni e represent bleke me konklome na me represent manye ehia na ejeke ewe kuma ye ni bi ne ni ya no fe mi kenye ba aka eto mo be ni nchon yen we nye wo kan letter ni chon ake ni agbeyala na no asamale ke me conclude me ni fita yake ameba de Gan Traditional Council ni nye no ni mpe mfe pe jake shi in kan letter ni kenye ba aka yen we ake shi wole no ni ba ya no Gan Traditional Council e ka mete no for now we waka yue no kokula ye until ameba ya ni ameba ka mete no fe no ni ba fe mi ni e ba jese ba wo ba na wole e ke what discuss lele nwe amete jamemene ina amete ni bi ajeje epo ni agbe na kan pe na afi mene the Gan Traditional Council am release a statement to the press ini ne ehye kono Sister Sandy Oiradon nyemi yo Sister Sandy from Sandy's Kitchen legend money e can send me Oiradon wa de nchake wani ni ehye neke bolone no ni Miss Money bekene wobote na kan wolu emi she before ni wobabote response emi keji this is the first time no call me na ekole nye video ni mfie oni ne sheko no masumoni makane letter amahabo letter ni angmaken ha me makane mahabo koni ona beni letter ajinke beni etamoy ha before ni wachano. So letter once again letterhead no is from the Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs and Traditional Council. Letter ne a date le 27th October actually 2023. So this would be the Thursday actually. The Friday, right? Friday was the 27th, right? So this would actually be the Friday because I've yala 28th ni Saturday. So in a Friday begbini ashipie ni angmaneken letter ne kan ha meshi woni ne share no until afi yala atanda ni ini ne nye isheneken letter ne no amakane no butwe. Again, I am directed by the President of the Gan Traditional Council, His Royal Majesty King Taki Tekuchulo II, and the entire members of the Gan Traditional Council to summon you to appear before them on Monday, the 30th day of October 2023 at 11 a.m. prompt at the Gamanche Palace, Kaneshi, Accra. Note that if you shall fail to attend, you will have yourselves to blame. You should therefore endeavor to be present. Ke obo, the tone of this letter ne put to where it tells you what is likely to happen. Keji oleno konoko kula. This actually gives you an hint of ke many angmaneke wolone ha me ama Gan Traditional Council. This tells you noni baba ni ole. The tone of the letter was very harsh. I mean, note that if you shall fail to attend, you shall have yourselves to blame. Like, I mean, professionally, letter. So the tone of the letter alone, look, there is a serious hostility behind letter ne nangmane. Onishishi, ninye video ni mfie, look, keji onukpa jibwe. Sani okwe ni ole bemi ni kenoku ba sani ofomni ke beni esa na ofomi bemi ni ke sani kuba sani onye no yue ke bemi ni ke sani kuba esa na oyuo because tumonye beni yue keji ni papa koye ni asano ofe ni ofe na ke ni papa ye be mi ne sa mi na kan ni papa if you on phone no nye in we ake even though only no ni ba ya Traditional Council mene in we ake look the timing of the letter was not good and it does not speak well of a good leader because good leader Jibwe sometimes you should know, like I said, you should know when to speak and when not to speak. You should know when to pull the strings and when to allow things to just flow. Up until time, no club okay, ni ne flow to sani manyama chese. But the timing of the letter, mi po ni ne letter no, in feel like ni Sunday and I release letter, but apparently a letter ne, it was the Friday, the day before the funeral, na release letter ne. ni ebeng meno. Oni shishi ebeng meno. Look, what many were America were called baseball. Every pitcher, every good pitcher. Let me use an example of a pitcher. Every good pitcher, ole beni oba from ball, no le beni oba from a strike. So every good pitcher knows when to call a ball and knows when to throw a strike. You should be able to do it. That is how you win a game. And if you mean your Europe, actually cricket. In le beni nye rules say yo. But every good pitcher in baseball, the way ni during the course of the game, if I phone ball, if I throw just a ball, if I throw a curve ball, the way ni this time around there, I can strike this person out. And I think every good leader, mo fe mo ni onukpa ni eyo enukpa ojogba eye nakan understanding eye nakan ni ashinumu eko. Nyete court. I lift injunction anye. Anye igbe ninye ya no ninye fe yala. I mean, nini eko at least nye mamo. Nye no jino ni mi we nye ma poko ni mene mele nwe weku mele nwe manye weku mele nwe. Ame fo. Ame mamie fio ka me nyemi yue ka me na fio. Nye ma fio po ame nye ha me be fio poko ni keji amo ame ba fe nokwe. Amenya ame fe keji ame fe atan. Agbene ke moko ye ni etom lano keke nye chemo keke noni asane nye ke mo ayue ke nye ke mo eyue. Shi ebala na kan. Ye yala mi no na me maneke summons ne. Ye yala mi no summons say inkeng me screen there no obanyo kwe. Ye yala mi no na me maneke summons ne. Bile na fe ekpe the 27th. Jibeni ame summon mene ake ameba. And I don't think akeshi it is good. Only mshishi ke manche jibwe alo nukpa jibwe. Your paramount objective is to always ensure there is peace and tranquility within your kingdom. That should be your number one interest. Because kaji to enjoy lebe mano yono noko pakpabami. So manche ka onukpa fe onukpa binit shi onukpa njo binit somo onukpa njo binit akucho mi onukpa njo. Or uttermost priority is to ensure that there is peace and tranquility, and that is where any timing matters. That is where any there is a time and season for everything. You should know when to speak and when not to speak. You should know when to strike and when not to strike. And I think this letter, the timing of the letter was wrong. The timing of the letter was wrong. But as if that is not enough, ni amete meeting mene no ni ajekwe no ke okani letter eye twikwatom ni mimbi yake ni traditional council ani mukokla Benjamin ni tafla che keji onukpa ine make decision ku ene ba ka me ba bua me koko mukokla Benjamin akan ne ba ka ma ke no ni wo fi one won ya chon nya work bla we say fi o mukokla Benjamin akan because inu shishi I'm beginning to believe Akeshi Lele I run the gun traditional council like a cartel. I run the gun traditional council like a cartel. Ni ebeng meno and you look by ni yo jeme and ni mokun ye ja ni me ye jeme unika wa me nga me both way. Ani you look by ni yo the gun traditional council ani me ye jeme uni ame ko amake no ni wo fi on one fecho ni wo nya work bla we say fi o na me both way. Because no ni ya no eye musunchon ne eye mobo esani akeneke sani yo we kukukula. Throughout the videos ni fi on I've been trying to remain neutral, but many letter no. It calls for speaking the truth. Neutrality should be put aside. Because sanenake yo manyene we kume efe mi ake keji ake ye wote moku e ba ngon wana efe mi ake ye wote moku e ba ngon wana mini sanene ta flache anamodro no na ke ka boaje ta flache anamodro no na ke ka boaje mini sanene ngonu pa konko me yo tumo nye audio ni ntwabeni mamile yue religious leaders, Anglican bishops, in St. Mary's Anglican Church, ye gamashiemi, Holy Trinity Cathedral, ye gamashiemi, Wesley Methodist Church, ye gamashiemi, Freedom Methodist Church, ye gamashiemi, neka safwe ne fe ne yo mashiemi, nye fine osofwe wulini yo nyengma me yo. Amenya me yue no kokla. Apparently na agbeyala na so moni grand traditional council here afeye Holy Trinity Cathedral mi pa fa mi biake Holy Trinity Cathedral bishop ni yo jeme e fine no ni ya no ani enwe no ni ya no ani enwe ni ke enwe mi ne yuo ye. These religious leaders, if you guys are not speaking up, you should speak up. Privately, it's about time make your voices public. Other leaders, political leaders, anikake neke nekonje nyete me komenye wekume anieji no kone ba ngonyena. Anieji no kone ba ngonyena. Akabi ti actually ne fo na ke mi yafo by force. Minister nene. Akabi ti actually ne fo na ke mi yafo by force. Neke sanene ina kweko dan Ina kweko dan. No min biake onu pa ni yo gan traditional council anyamenta to enjole. Anamen sumo ni to enjole abagama shiemi ke gan shipon jian no fe. Because bena me ya lele eke twenjole bang eke basa femo baba eke inti baba eke minfu baba ni esani nakanoko yano. Look, one of the best hallmarks of a good leader is a leader ni ebuo mambi ne yu amenotwe. And it appears like onukpa any yo the traditional council they don't listen to anyone. Okay, I may decide that this is the way we are going to go. They just go ahead. They just go ahead and do it. Those voices must come up and speak publicly. It's about time. No ni teno ya traditional council it's about time. Ni mufe mo ni yue ya kukuomi ni abole tuwe. It's about time ni nakaemo eba publicly ni eba yuo. Because this cannot continue. Sanena ke yo gamanye ke wekume keji akenje wote mokue wabakpene eba dowo no anyefe nya awo yu ai onukpa ni yo ganya awo yu a onukpa ni yo ganye ti ahyenye yu a onukpa ni ti ahyenye yu a enye ti ahyenye yu a shi won fite gan fite wawele me ke wolumo yeli hei na me fite gan wawele me into leadership positions in the way na me run all the affairs of the Gan state e beyin me no e han to enjolaba. And it's about time ni asani leaders, religious leaders, political leaders, other traditional leaders na me lianu kwaliye ame wu ame gbianu na ame yue because nuna afio ebefeo. Ma post this is the press release ni agbe meeting na ni Gan traditional council release to all media houses. Inka was screen no kono kwe no botwe of an able to oba me one it will break it down. It get to all media houses. Statement by Gan Traditional Council of the conduct of late Naa Dedei Omaedru III's family. The president of the Gan Traditional Council is Royal Majesty King Takite Ekochulu II, and the entire membership have noted with consternation the conduct of Charles Nii Kote, the head of family of late Naa Dedei Omaedru III, together with the family spokesperson Asafuache Kotegan, including the children of the late Gamanye and the Gamanye Weku in the run-up to the funeral of late Naa Dedei Omaedru. As member of the Manye family, they were made part of the Central Funeral Planning Committee, as well as members of other subcommittees, but wrote letters challenging the authority of the Ga Traditional Council and the Central Funeral Committee, and then withdrew their representation, only to turn around to go to court to create the unfortunate impression that the Ga Traditional Council and the Central Funeral Planning Committee had hijacked the funeral planning, forsaking them, thereby securing an interim injunction order, which threw the funeral into confusion until the said interim injunction was set aside. So pretty much, first paragraph, no ne chono kwa jiakeshi many incha megbe ne niji niko tega niji gamanye wukwe onukpa ke Asafuache no Charles Nii Kote first leji the head of family for manye wukwe ke Asafuache Kotegan ke manye ebi ke ewekume amenchono kwa ke ni abafe yala I set up a Central Funeral Planning Committee. No, na set up committee ne many watch ne fe akame wo committee emi. She na akame wo committee emi I mean challenge ake look. Keji yaleba ni abafe yala me weku nyu egbo na me mami egbo mino na I feel Central Committee pretty much. That's what they were challenging the authority of the said committee. Na kanji be ni letter ake. No wo ni efe na gana meji ameyemi. This is what the letter is saying. I'm a jammy mini, I'm a sanity court. Ni tumobeni wafe first video mi offer no mono call kwekwe in yabo breakdown of noni ba court be na take noni ba first video call bana part 1 ubana yemi no call ugbe video ni na obanyo ya no wakwe ni kabata so wa ni awo injunction afon. So noji pretty much noni paragraph 1 eke. Next paragraph eke, thus instead of throwing their support behind the Ga Traditional Council to organize a befitting funeral for the late Gamanye and to respect the injunction contained under the Chieftaincy Act 2008 Act 5759 for persons to show respect to chiefs and to hold them in high regard, the family of late Naa Dedei Omaedru III chose to show disrespect and disregard and held the entire membership of Ga Traditional Council in contempt with attitudes aimed at causing grave embarrassment to the council and disaffection towards it. So once again, I'm a miefu. Ake mine wo ni manye wekume. I'm a challenge. I'm a authority in the first place. Mine weko na mekesani ete court. Mine weko na menye na men release statements na men we once again timobeni nke ta flache atamodrono na ke ka boaje. So amemiefu aka mine wa amemboaje amemiefu and ke obomanye wekume to where they have legitimate concerns as to the reason woni withdrew from the Central Funeral Committee Planning Committee. They have legitimate reasons for doing that. You may disagree with them, but in my opinion, I think their reasons were very legitimate. Their reasons were very legitimate. Ke ameye committee ni amenake ni biye ya ano ni amenjwe ni aboa ametue nwewo ame fading just because it is the Ga Traditional Council. Ame dissent kwa. They cannot dissent to anything from the Ga Traditional Council, but they should just move along. Even though you or they disagree with. Really? They ordinary people sane wa you or gamanye wekume sane wa you or bi keshia mineje wekuni pani yo jeme. These people should not have a say as to how now about planning manye yala femo. Come on, guys. Come on. Anima channel. On 30th October 2023, which is today, the council met and deliberated on the conduct taking into consideration Section 63E of the Chieftaincy Act aforementioned, which provides inter alia that a person who knowingly uses disrespectful or insulting language or insults a chief by word or conduct commits an offense, and he is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not more than 200 penalty units or to term of imprisonment of no more than 3 months or both. And in the case of continuing offense to a further fine of not more than 25 penalty units for each day on which the offense continues. So pretty much, meeting first thing, offense na charge me biagashi amenye na menje manjeme. Amenye na menje manjeme. Pretty much. No be keji energy me first offense elebe me na sani amomo egan say one prison me fe ba yi. Because in no videos nimbo audios twe ni jemo na jaw gan traditional counselor je no jino ni kura inu no ni weku me you. Je no jino ni kura inu no ni weku me you. Je no kura. So because ekole mi fun eba ni mo eyue noko ne yue eshimboe ewo acheleke bashiya asamale. As if that is not enough, I'm a channel marble. Apart from insulting the chairman of the Central Funeral Planning Committee, they continued to make videos using disrespectful language at the paramount chief under which the Central Funeral Planning Committee was operating. So once again, but nakai amefe videos but gamanye wekume amefe videos na menje chairman ni chairman of the funeral planning committee elegisempe manche ni adote otinto no be afe videos ni ajele. So that is also another offense. Don't mean to look videos ke audios ni ikwe ni iliake bon okwe ni onu ni aje the traditional council be no elebe abamo machife na ga ba wo prison. That is not to say actually I'm condoning ekole gemoni aje onupako. No, ebe ingbe no. Kesa ne ba wo ba nye what discuss dispassionately. Onim shishi ni aje mo. Wo ba nye what discuss respectfully. Ni mo fe mo ba share opinions ni aje mo. So I'm not condoning that. But keji, this is one of the reasons ewo ni nwewo asamame ni agblame twe le. Come on man, you guys need to come again. You guys seriously need to come again. Because sometimes I call nukpa jibwe onga otwe. Every good leader nga etwe. You shut your ears. Je no fene twe abo. Ni je no fene afio. You need to learn how to shut your ears. And once again, these people continue to display a lack of quality leadership skills. They continue to display a lack of quality leadership skills. And it's appalling. It's appalling. It's very, very appalling. I'm a channel. Besides reporting the offensive conduct of those involved to the police, the Traditional Council has resolved as follows. 1. That with immediate effect, it will no longer recognize Ni Kotegan as Asafuache of Asure Joshi. Ni Chwankebe, Traditional Council, Ni Kotegan, Niji Joshi Asafuache, Asure Joshi Asafuache. I may recognize it, but I mean, but I doubt. I mean, do they really have that authority? If I know money, if they really have that authority to do that, I don't know. Because in the Traditional Council, Amame wu asafuache. She ana wu asafuache ye amame wu nika me wu keka ke bageka me endorse. So I don't know. Akashi. I mean, this letter is not stating clearly. But they will not recognize him as the Asafuache of Asare Joshi again. But what does that do? Traditional council recognize Ibo. Does that mean she and me no je amo me recognize Igbo don allow then mean authority to function as asafuache ye no je be ya no don over an animally. And therefore, the said Asafuache Kotegan should cease to hold himself out as such. I make a recognize ile don. No wale kenye ekache yake Asafuache. And further calls on all subjects of Asren Joshi and throughout the Gun state not to accord him any such recognition. But yeah, pretty much like I make pale. Just because he was speaking up for his family? Really? How many of us Keji will find ourselves in a position wabatashi na kesane gbonyo aye wo kume eneke? How many of us? How many of us? How many of us? If we happen to find ourselves in Nico Tegan's shoes, we would just sit aloof and allow our family to be trampled upon and be disrespected in that manner. How many of us? How many of us? This is not right. I'm asking a question. Do these people really want peace? Do they really want peace? Do these people really want peace? Do they want peace? Because it does not appear that is what they want. I mean, if B. The head of family of late Naa Dedei Omaedru III, Charles Nikote Kote, and the immediate family, including the children of the late Queen Mother, their agents, servants, assigns, privies, or whomsoever acting on their behalf are also prohibited from attempting to perform any other funeral with respect to the passing of the late Gamanye, since the traditional council has concluded all funeral rites concerning the late Queen Mother. Hey, minister nene, hey. Ake we kuma aka meka fe yala. Hey. Ene nyin we kodan. Ofa na maka ne jame ko nkaji onu. Ege the head of family of late Naa Dedei Omaedru III, Charles Nikote Kote, and the immediate family, including the children of the late Queen Mother, their agents, servants, assigns, privies, or whomsoever acting on their behalf are also prohibited from attempting to perform any other funeral with respect to the passing of the late Gamanye, since the traditional council has concluded all funeral rites concerning the late Queen Mother. Ake wekume ke biye ameka fe yala. Wekunupa ke biye ke Gamanye weku efe aka ameka fe yala. Because the traditional council efe yala omo inma yo neke saneye. Game nya wa yu anukwale inma yo neke saneye. Hey, moko mami ba agbo na ba ke ka kefe ka funwe mami. Because me konklo me efe mami yala omo no ka funwe mami. Hey, moko na ba agbo na ba ka ke she ka funwe na because me konklo me efe yala omo. Mini sanene. Ene na kwe kodan ni nu kwe kodan. Inna kwene kodan ni nu kwene kodan. Hey, onukpa ni yogan ye ti ase nye yu anukwale onukpa nye ti nye yogan. It is about time you guys speak truth to power. You guys have to speak truth to power. Shinoni ya no ehi. Neke sanene ngma yo ye. Ngma yo neke saneye. Ngma yo neke saneye. Ake wekume ke bi ake ameka fi amemami ka amena yala ko ye eko because the traditional council efe yala omo. Hey dabi sani ganfen ateshine yu anukwale. Sani ganfen ateshine yu anukwale. See that since a Queen Mother under the customs, traditions and practices of the Gan people only advises and compliments a chief, it is absolutely essential that the family of a candidate collaborates with the chief whom she will compliment. To this end, the Gan Traditional Council has directed that no candidate for the position of a Gan Queen Mother can be chosen for installment without their knowledge and consent. Hey, Jena make a fe yala undo. Hey, she manye negwe ka ba wo moko ne ba ye na jia sani amedumo mindan. Hey, nye fine onukpa egbeke bibi oji mi ken na inna fofosa nlebe na yu olojugba. O fine ani enye na ekodan. Keji a wo gamanye. Hey, sani gan traditional counselor ametami na ma amechon mona sana wo. Min panye fa o fa no money call le ke wo comment section ami keji na kenji be na afi olo fa na animal le gamanye me na wo awo kechon ye ani na kenji be na afi lo na kenji be ni ga kusun yo lo agbene komo ame disparage the whole gamanye authority ake all they do is merely advise and compliment a chief. Oh no me ve. Disparage that authority. Disparage that particular position. Okay, it's only an advisory role. It's only an advisory role. Really? Really? It's only an advisory role. Really? Indako, she mamie gbamisande. In mamie chomi ake manyene be na wole ne J advisory role e perform. She a work for the development of Ghana. Imami chono kwake ehana he mepi ya Ghana National Fire Service. O fine mono oli eka wo comment section ko ni moko nwa na ke no ni yu anokwale. Imami chono kwake na wole nwu be mi no bla yojile ehana he mepi ya city council. So J merely advisory role per a play. She a bomode ne wa ni Ghana te no. Really? Really? Onukpa ni yoga. Nya wati ashi. Onukpa ni New York. Nya wa yu anukwale yi. Shi no ni ya no ehi na esa. No ni ya no ehi na esa. Hey. Akeme akafi ame mami yala hwe no akpase hwe kusun hu be ni kusun kashi nwa a chakele ka ba wo manye abawo manye ese mo ne egbo ne mo na ba wo le akabeja gan traditional counselor me eyin mi dan na kanji be na afi okusun nye fine nle mi bi san keke o fine mo ni le e ka wo spon ami ni maka ni male ni makase ni o shi mi nta o makase ni ne kan afi o. Accordingly, Nigan and the Ghana Traditional Council hereby direct that until further notice, no attempt should be made to provide a candidate for installment as Gamanye or for the installment of any person as Gamanye from the family where the late Queen Mother Naa Dedei Omaedru III hailed from, failing which any such conduct will be met with their consequences. Hey, dated at Gamanche Palace this 30th day of October 2023. Hey, enena kwe kodan. Ninu kwe kodan. Gbege bibi oji mi she enena kwe kodan ninu kwe kodan. Mini sanene. Me akafu ame mami ame kafi ame mami yala anwe. Keji abawo moko nwe. Beja akeba dan ni manche ke ewo mi manche ke ewe bi ame ka ame ewo mi na kenji be na afi ole. Na kenji be na afi ole. Hey, mini sanene Mini sanene. And this all goes down to nonimi way. This boils down to what I've been saying. Leadership. We are in a serious leadership crisis as the people of Ghana. We are in a serious leadership crisis. And it's about time. It's about time. It's about time. Ni tete feni yo Ghana tioshi. Ne you are no na sane yue. It's about time. Ni wa you are no kwale. It's about time. Ni wa you are no kwale. Shi nekeni fe mo ne ehi. Nekeni fe mo ne e fite Ghana. Nekeni fe mo ne keji agbla ese na ba chaki e fite Ghana. Nekeni fe mo ne e fite Ghana. Min panye fai. Mo fe mo ni yo igbe ne ba nye yue mo. Keji onyo yue no le mo ko ni ba nye yue ke mo ne yue. Chino ni ya no ebe fo na ebe ingbe no. We as a people cannot continue like this. We as a people cannot continue like this. A few selected people should not be controlling the state of Ghana. We need to step up and we need to speak up. We need to step up and we need to speak up because no ya no e before a few selected people should not be doing this. A few selected people should not be doing this. Should not be doing this. They should not be running the traditional council like a cartel. They shouldn't. You want me to fight? Mo fe mo no call video ne. Call ni share no share mo hamoko. But mo de no share hamoko. Koni moko wan share hamoko because sani when you watch this cannot continue. As a people, if this continues, say we be koya. Any what do more about do mo jeme no ni beni ni bi mfite e ba ya no ne fite. But I know we can do better. I know as a people we can do better. You want me to fight? Mo fe mo no call video ne ke onyo yue twamoko. Ke bo onyo yue bo mo de no twamoko call le mo ko ni ba onyo yue ke mo yue ne yue. Sani ganyo famo bi fe ganyo famo bi fe no yo sano onyo yue. Sano onyo wo gbe no because neke no ko ne enye ya no nakan. Sani chake muaba. Sani chake muaba. Sani chake muaba. Twa no manye juno e bla wo fe nye radom o fine e ko meku e ko subscribe ku e mi pa bo 5 bo mo de no subscribe ko subscribe atan o fine bo mo de ni onyanmele no bo na fe any video ni ma release na kan video onye oni ni asha no o fine un keje okwe share mo video e mi pa 5 ni share video e ni share link e ha me ko na mo ame kwa because mi nke bo fe ni wo ba nye watchaga no ni ya no ehin keji wo yue dan ne chake mo baba keji wo fe din wo ka o ene je nwe kusani ene kon e ko ene o nye ji awo no ene beje wo kusani ene meko ma we kusani hu mini no fe le match o fe match e shekete no yu wo mfitega bio yake keji wo te no neke ni wo chake e wo bi ni wo foke wo na bi ni wo fo ani tem bamba ni na gaten wo fe no ni wo fi o bu na fe ni gan ehi wo bi ka wo na bi ni pa akwa meba Roaming Pabo Fai, mo femo atish na yue ekomeko bomode no subscribe twa no manye abla wo fe bye bye nye radon
baba is neat. Them say you want to chop my